What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
Thanks for joining me for What's New Radio. I'm Akeem Briggs, Digital Media Coordinator for Light and Power. Each month, we catch up with news about products and services at Light and Power. Here are the What's News headlines.
What's news?
Our story this month is Chano, Supply Chain Administrator. Electrical safety and power reliability. Corporate social responsibility. Carolec new membership category. Providing safe and reliable electricity island-wide to power every moment of every day requires a workforce that is skilled, committed, and can work as a team to achieve success across the many departments of Light and Power. This month, this is our story, told by Chano, a supply chain administrator.
Light and Power, our story. Our story.
My name is Chano. I'm from the finance department at the Barbados Light and Power. I'm responsible for the supply chain unit within that department. So basically, I am the supply chain administrator with the responsibility for the procurement, logistics, and warehousing functions at the company. The supply chain, we basically have to ensure that the right things are there in the right place at the right time for the use of the operations department. So whether it be the scheduled maintenance that we may have, whether it be hurricane preparedness, whether it be the recent ash fall that we had to go into full operation with after, ensuring that we have all the things to deal with that. The trucks, when the trucks go out to service our customers, we have to ensure that the trucks are equipped with the relevant and the needed equipment to do that type of work. Our hurricane preparedness basically starts in February of the year to coincide then with having all the materials in and planned by June 1st for the start of the season. However, due to the global pandemic, which has disrupted most aspects of the supply chain in terms of manufacturing and transportation, we had to start this process much earlier this year, last year, 2021. So the department, or the section, I should say, is very critical in ensuring that we keep up with our maintenance programs and we are prepared whenever hurricane season starts, that we're fully prepared to act on any disruptions we may have due to hurricanes, storms, freak storms that we would have seen last year, etc.
What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
At Light and Power, safety and power reliability are priorities in our everyday business. Our functional business analyst, Ryan Braffett, is speaking with communications advisor, Nicole Scanterbury.
I've asked you here to talk about the safety and reliability. Can we begin by sharing some of the hazards that have disrupted electrical reliability?
Okay, so of course, we're approaching that time of year where we, traditionally engage in kite flying. And we all know that is a well-entrenched Easter tradition in Barbados. However, kites do have the ability to conduct electricity, which obviously presents a hazard to persons who persist in flying these kites near power lines. However, this is not the only hazard which exists, which has the potential to disrupt electrical reliability. Vegetation management has a critical part to play in maintaining the electrical reliability, and it is for this reason that Light and Power uses both its line crews and third-party contractors to assist in trimming trees around power lines. Now, the vegetation management system is driven by my GIS system, and we've mapped all of the trees across the island and classified them by threat level based on their proximity to the power lines. And we've also developed a very exciting vegetation model to predict when these trees are supposed to be trimmed, so that we are proactive rather than reactive in our approach to vegetation management. And this is all monitored by colorful dashboards and maps so that we can visualize the performance of the program. And this allows us to address problematic trees before they cause outages. And I'm proud to report that GIS has significantly reduced the number of outages due to trees over the years. Of course, outages are also caused by third-party incidents like cars hitting poles, and we also get outages from high-reaching vehicles, which also snag wires.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of innovative work happening there, Ryan. In line with our, definitely. In line with our core value of electrical safety, what are some of the precautions you would like customers to take around electricity that will help us to maintain a reliable system for everyone, all Barbadians?
Well, Barbadians are encouraged at this time of year not to engage in any activity which will heighten the possibility of electrical shock. And we all remember Louis the Lightning Bug, who encouraged us to play it safe around electricity. So within the home, some precautions that we can take include not overloading electrical circuits, not using electrical appliances near water sources, or even with wet hands, because we all know that water can conduct electricity. Now, outside of the home, customers are encouraged, of course, not to fly kites near power lines, not to climb trees which power lines run through, and certainly not to attempt to pick fruits in close proximity to power lines. Customers are also encouraged to stop planting trees under power lines, because when you do this and you plant a fruit tree, we're going to have to come and cut it down, and you're not going to like that. And we generally know that customers don't like us to cut their fruit trees because that is bread and butter for some of our customers. So I would encourage you and implore you customers, do not plant the trees under the power lines, don't fly your kites near power lines, and of course, don't even lean on poles, because electricity isn't always seen before it is felt. So, just stay away from the poles, period.
Those are some really great and timely tips there, Ryan. As you have shared, I can tell that you like data and reports, and you do that very often in your job. Can you briefly tell me what is Light and Power's safety and reliability record for the beginning of this year?
Well, I'm glad that you've asked that. We are doing pretty good this year in terms of reliability. However, we have experienced some outages due to third-party vehicular accidents. Of course, this is a car, truck, whatever, hitting a pole. And we did have some incidences of outages due to trees. But because of our distribution automation technology, only the customers in the immediate vicinity of the outages would have been impacted. And DA, as we like to call it, distribution automation, is a technology that we use to isolate the outages in order to reduce the severity of the outage. And this is yet another tool that the Barbados Light and Power is using, not only to maximize operational efficiency, but in turn improve the overall reliability of our system.
Ryan, thank you so much. Fancy sounding title with a ton of work behind it. It was a pleasure having you here on What's New Radio.
Thank you.
What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
The past 2 years have been challenging in all aspects of our daily routines. Things we have taken for granted, things we thought we could never live without. And the COVID-19 pandemic continues to challenge us. We each have to take personal responsibility to adhere to COVID protocols, be safe, care for ourselves, and look after one another. Here at Light and Power, we also want to show our corporate social responsibility to those in our community experiencing challenges and need our support. For Autism Awareness Month, we have reached out to the schools seeking to help children on the autism spectrum. We want you to know how much we appreciate the work of teachers and auxiliary staff whose dedication, experience, and fortitude is an inspiration to us all.
I want to take this opportunity as given to me on behalf of the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training to thank the Barbados Light and Power Company Limited for their generous gesture towards our students in our schools who are challenged with autism or autism spectrum disorders, because it's a full spectrum of challenges that some of our students are experiencing. And this month, the month when we remember and we seek to bring awareness for our students with autism, it's a very timely gesture, so we are thankful to you for that. We also want to say a special thanks for what you did last year with regards to our students who were without electricity. In some regards they never had, and in other cases they did not at the time have when we went on lockdown. So we want to thank you for taking that corporate responsibility in that regard. It was very well appreciated, I must say that publicly. And now this morning we are here to receive this wonderful donation on behalf of our schools and our special units, and we are very thankful for that. We want to let you know that there are indeed 163 at the last count of students with autism in our system, and that is not counting those students who are at the private schools. These are students in our public school system and in our government-assisted private schools. This donation will be well spent because our professionals here, our principals, our senior teachers, and so on, they know exactly the areas that this donation will be funneled into for the betterment of the children. The manipulatives, the games, the toys, the interactive little games and toys that the students will need to help them develop their skills, help them develop their social skills, help them develop their communication skills, and help them to engage with their environment in greater ways.
On behalf of the principal, staff, and students of the Irving Wilson School, we want to thank you for your kind donation.
That was Dr. Janice Gibbs, Education Officer Special Needs in the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, followed by a rousing thank you from Kimar Beckles, a student of the Irving Wilson School. You're listening to What's New Radio with me, Akeem Briggs. The Caribbean Electrical Utility Services Corporation, commonly known as Carolec, is an association of energy providers across the region. Last month, the organization announced a change in its membership categories. And here to talk about the change is Dr. Cletus Burton, Executive Director of Carolec. He is speaking with Jackie Marshall-Clark, Manager Corporate Communications and Government Relations.
Hello, Dr. Burton, and welcome back to What's New Radio.
Hello, good morning. Thanks for having me back. A pleasure to be here.
Always good to have you. What is this new category?
So we recognize that because of the distributed generation, prosumers, solar PV installers, the change in market dynamics, we now are launching a new category of membership for the first time ever, which makes it possible for individuals to become members of the association. So whereas in the past, for the last 32 years, we only had corporate membership, we now have made it possible for individuals across 4 classes to be full members of the association and enjoying the relevant benefits that would accrue to membership. But we are certainly repositioning the association to reflect the change in dynamics of the industry.
Well done, Carolec. Well done. I usually tell people when I explain Carolec and its role, I usually say Carolec is the umbrella body. You've just made your umbrella so much bigger. Congratulations on that. So you know what? For all those listening in Barbados, how can they find out more about the organization?
Well, it's just a click away, carolec.org. All the information is on our website. We're on social media, on Instagram, Twitter. Just a Google search, Carolec would get you there. On our website, we have the application process, the application forms, all the relevant information. We are just a click or a phone call away.
Longer versions of our interviews each month can be found at our website, www.blpc.com.bb. Search for Extra Time.
What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
Hurricane season in our region traditionally starts in June, but Barbados has been experiencing heavy rain and flood warnings. We encourage you to start early to prepare your home for the upcoming hurricane season. Secure loose fencing and windows, and trim trees that may interfere with overhead power lines. Be sure to check your hurricane supply kit, torch, batteries, food, and water. Be safe. Light and Power is receiving good feedback from customers using our new WhatsApp customer care mobile number. The number is 262-4300, and you can message the number at any time to request a reconnection after payment. Our customer care team will be available to respond 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. You can find up-to-date information about our services on our social media, Facebook and Instagram pages at BLPC Online or Twitter at TweetBLPC. What's New Radio is broadcast monthly, and if you've missed any of this program, go to our website www.blpc.com.bb to catch up, and you can listen to any of our previous programs. Till next month, bye for now.
This program was produced for the Barbados Light and Power Company by SFA Communications.